What is going on, guys? This is part 4 of this tutorial. I might be speaking a bit louder because I still haven't drilled the holes in. You know, recording it all at the same time, so why would I have? Yeah, this is the assembling of the lenses and putting the magnets on the face shell and the lenses, and then, you know, that is it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching, and well, you know, hope you enjoy.
Okay, so this here is the section where we're going to take these white bits, which are these white bits are the mesh parts, which are gonna be, well, essentially the white bits you're gonna look through when the lenses are on. So that's gonna be on there. Obviously this one's for the other lens because, well, actually I might turn them around. But yeah, so you can see that that is what they're gonna look like. Now, all you really need for right there, need to be magical. Oh no, wait. Where are my good scissors? There they are. All you really need for these bits, because they're a kind of like plasticky, fabricy type thing, all you really need is a pair of scissors to cut these. So all I've done is I've got a pencil of some description and colour. I've got these drawing pencils here because I do art, and I've put this on there on the white bit, as you can see, and I've just literally just drawn around it in pencil. This is the same pencil I used to draw the eye holes in my face shell as well. Link will be in the description if you want to buy a set, I guess. And all I'm going to do is cut these in the way I want them. So what I might do is I might flip them around, because why not? But yeah, because they're fabric type material, they bend easy, which is a hell of a lot easier than having to heat them up, shape them. All you really need to do is place them there, like so. I've also got some super glue, which I may use for attaching this to this, just because it'll speed up the process a little bit, and you know, this isn't exactly in need of anything too extreme, which is this. So I'm going to try using super glue, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to use that. Let's give it a go. I don't actually know if I'm in frame in this camera still. However, oh yeah, yeah. Literally, it was that hot today that the lenses, I painted them earlier. You literally just seen that, and they've dried to a point where I can start gluing and attaching magnets and making it all look real, like they're meant to. And I'm super excited to be doing this as well, because I've wanted these lenses for a decent amount of time now. So let me just cut the other fabricy part. I don't actually know what this stuff is. I am gonna have to find out so I can buy some, because it is really good stuff and makes the lenses fog free and looks really good. So right, let's get going. So the reason I drew on the other side and then flipped it is so I can make sure I definitely don't get any of the colour of the pencil or the crayon or whatever you're going to use. And I also drew on the outside, I don't know if you just saw that, but I drew on the outside of the lens. So obviously these white parts was bigger than the frame, so I drew on the outside of the lens frame, just so you have that margin where you can pop the glue and you won't see through, so you won't get any seepage. I mean, you might still get some seepage, but we're gonna try to eliminate that by doing that method. So if you draw on the outside of the frame as opposed to drawing on the inside, then you can have way more of a margin. As you can see here, you can actually see through where the actual hole is. So you've got way more of a margin in order to work with. And I'm going to actually apply the super glue to the edge of the frame where I want it to go, and I'm going to lower the mesh onto the lens as opposed to doing it onto the lens that way. I do have I did have, I don't know where it's gone, but I do have a small piece of sandpaper here, simply to just sand around the edge, just here, where you're gonna pop the glue, just to give it something extra to hold. Otherwise, it might. I just sanded the paint. No, I didn't. We're good. Otherwise, because the material it's quite it's quite a slippery material. So if you sand it, it just gives that glue the extra grip that you want. And hope that it just works. I'm gonna do it in separate sides. So I'm gonna do the top. Well, actually, I'm gonna do this part here first. And I'm not even gonna put that much glue on. I'm not actually squeezing. I'm just using the nozzle to spread the glue around, just because I don't want to put too much glue on and ruin it. You know, just in case this doesn't work. So I already lied, and I've already gone way more than I said I would. So that's really good. And I'm just trying to make sure that I have enough to work with for the rest of the lens. So there you go. There's the top glued in so far. The great thing about this material, I can already see, is that it's bendy. So I can just do this and just flip it up like so, and then pop it back down again like so. Now do be careful, you don't want to glue your finger to this. There are holes, so just make sure that your fingers are way out of the... Oh no, sorry, I got some on the... put a little bit too much on, had a bubble. Just make sure that your fingers are way out the way of the glue if you decide to use super glue. But as you can see, super glue has done the job just fine. Like, that is... Look, I'm already trying to stick my fingers to the lens. But that, ladies and gentlemen, there is a blue line on my lens, which isn't good, however will rub off, which is good. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the first of the done magnetisms. Not magnetisms, it's first of the done lenses. Look at that. Super glue, some white mesh, and we have a Spiderman lens. How cool is that? for this, you're going to want to use the Gorilla Glue. What I tend to do is, obviously I've got this big board here, I'm just going to mix them up on the board. No, I'm not. I'm going to use this thing. I also have this wooden dowel, which you saw me sand the Faceshell with. However, this time it's going to be a mixer. So you have limited time when after you've mixed this. So you're going to want to do it like literally just before you are going to apply the glue to the magnets. So I'm going to apply the first magnet, which is going to be just off the eye piece here. You'll probably be able to see it better in this camera, so I'll probably do it that side. However, what I will do is get my pencil and just test to see which colour is going to come out the best. So the red comes out the best. So I'll mark up where it needs to be. If it works, like that. Hopefully. Oh, there's actually a little mark in there anyway. I don't know if you can see that, but there is like a little bit in there that I can do. So the first one doesn't actually matter which way around the magnet goes. You just have to make sure that when attaching them to the lens, you have the magnet the right way around so they attract and don't repel each other. And this magnet actually has a bit of a chip in it, so I'm going to put the chip side down, just because I don't want it to fragment out into my eye, which I think's fair enough, to be honest. Now I don't quite know which way I'm gonna do the top, like how I'm gonna do the top magnet, because there is quite a gap between the actual lens frame and where the magnet would be sitting. So that's gonna be there. What I might do is I might put the thicker magnet on this side, like on the actual lens, and the thinner magnet underneath, just to try, because it'll have the same effect. Wow, that magnet there is moving just from me doing that. So let's do this one first, and then we'll sort that one out. Also, when using this glue, link is in the description, by the way, for this glue. When using this glue, make sure your area is quite ventilated, because it does smell. It's not that great of a smell either, so you're going to want to make sure you're not going to kill yourself with fumes or get high or whatever. So there's that. Right, so let's mix it all together. So I personally think there's enough there to do all of the magnets. However, don't quote me on that. So what I'm going to do first is I'm literally going to put some glue where I want it to be. I'm going to put quite a lot in there, like a fair amount. Then I'm going to take the magnet and I'm going to literally just place it in there, so it's nice. And then I'm going to grab the other magnet, which is over this side, and make sure. Now I've probably done that a little bit wrong, and I might have stuck this other magnet to the face shell also. And because it's resin, I don't really want to do that. So I'm just gonna move that out of the way. It's got glue on it, that's not very good. Oh well. I do have some tiny clamps I can use instead, which will do the job nicely. Oh dear. I'm not really very prepared for this one. I am not gonna lie to you. So instead what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get one of these clamps, and if I can, clamp it down. However, I may just have to leave it there for a bit, as it's quite an awkward angle to... I am really struggling with this. I have no idea why. This is the most fiddly part, and you will find that you take a couple of attempts to get it right. But that should be fine. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this magnet and I'm going to put it right up here. I'm going to put it right there. Just because that's kind of where I want it to go. And then if need be, I'll put a little bit of foam on the other side of that lens. Just a little bit, just to keep it in place, keep it happy. To make sure it's in the correct spot. Now that good thing about having bracelets is that your magnets just stick to them, so you don't lose them. So I do that. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to leave that there in order to set. I don't quite know how this is going to work. I'm just going to hold it here because this seems to be a good place, and we'll come back to it when it's good to go. Okay then, so what I've done. Card is full. Well, that's annoying. Okay then, so what you can see I've done is I've actually glued all 4 of the magnets on the inside, and the resin is pretty set. It does say it sets in 5 minutes, so that's the reason why I used that one. Now what we're gonna do is, so you can see I've done these magnets here. However, what I will do is grab a Sharpie, and these ones, all you're gonna do is place a little red dot on each of these. Now what that is basically doing is showing you what side you need to glue down. So for example, this side here is going to go onto the lens, and that is basically that. So what you do is you line it up and glue down the magnet. Now because I left it a bit, the resin that I did has set, so I'm going to have to mix up some more. No, I don't actually have a... Just gonna mix it up on the newspaper there. I also have some foam here, which is essentially to just put on the other side of the lens, and then attach the magnet to it. So what I'll do is I'll cut up here. If you're wondering what I did to my finger, by the way, I peeled some vegetables and it didn't end well. So that's all I'll say to that. Because what we don't want is for the foam to be on the wrong, you don't want to be able to see the foam, otherwise that essentially defeats the object of the white mesh. So what I've done is I've cut where it needs to go, so you can still see it and you won't see the foam through the other side, if you see that. But yeah. And then when that's on there, the only trouble it's gonna be is you might see it, and you don't really want that. So, where's that come from? No idea. If we take that off, like that. So you're basically just filling in the gap that's between the magnet and the lens. I think that is it. I think we've done it. However, this is proving harder than I thought it was. So let me do one and I will come back to you. Okay, so I'm only using this camera now because my other camera pulled up. However, all I really did was stuck this tiny bit of foam in the corner here as the magnet. You didn't see that, but the magnet, it does actually still just, boom, it's on there. So these magnets on the inside are now fully, they're there, they're stuck down and all good. If you feel the need to, you can go back over it with super glue or whatever you need to and what's it called, reinforce it a little bit more. However, I'm not going to do that because I don't feel the need to. I am going to go ahead and stick these magnets onto the old Faceshell. Onto the old lenses. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the end of each magnet and then place the lens exactly where I want it. Then I'm going to flip the lens around, see where the glue is, and then actually stick them down. So to do that, just going to mix up a little bit more of the glue. I'm going to use this scrap piece of foam just here. I'm sure that will. Oh, there's more. I'm sure that will be plenty. And then I'm going to need to find something to glue it down with. Come on, don't be that guy. I think I've got it wrong around. Yes, I do. Oh, look at that! I have a kid's glue spatula here as well. So I'm going to use that this time instead. I actually use the other side for my contact adhesive to spread on the side of foam when I'm making foam stuff. But that's very often, but you don't need to know that. If you notice the lighting's changed, it has, but that is because it's a beautiful sunny day outside. And whilst I was waiting for some for the other footage to import onto my computer, I went for a bit of a walk, opened my curtains, opened my windows. Super hot day outside again, so I'm super pumped to get back outside and Facebook. So yeah, what I'm doing is I've put glue on the actual magnets. Now I'm gonna pop it down where I want it to be, about there. Nicely done. I have actually got glue on the lens, which is a bit of a bugger. And I can't see where the should have worn gloves. However, I should. I can actually just spread it out. It's not that bad. I'm just gonna wash my hands real quick. That's where these come in handy. You just clamp down and hope to God you got it in the right place. Move it a little bit. Now this one is a little bit more I might do this one in a bit when this one is dry, so I'll leave that one there, and I will attempt to do this one. So I'm actually going to do the top one first this time, just as a bit of a change. It does want to be on the What is going on, guys? It is your boy here, and excuse the mess behind me, I'm redoing my setup. Enough said. Two things. One, really sorry this super long video was really unintentional, and two, looking back at the footage, it just stops where it stops. There's no more. So yeah, sorry about that, but what I was doing was I literally placed the lens onto where I put the glue. There were two little marks, so I just placed more glue and stuck the magnet onto the lens. Hope that comes across in the video. Hope you got everything you needed. If you have any questions or you need another tutorial, let me know and I will do one for you. Just comment that down in the description below. I haven't filmed the next part of the video yet. However, you know, it's coming. I'll literally do it after I've done my setup. So I'm not doing a video for that. I'm just changing my room around a little bit. But yeah, this is a different outro. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Hope you really liked it. If you did, click that like button. I'm not going to ask you to smash it. I don't want you to break your computer, your phone, your iPad, or whatever you're on. But, you know, just be sensible about it. JK, smash that like button, guys. And if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button as well. Join the gang. You know, you might learn something new for cosplay. I don't know. Hey, look, I made a sword. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.